Hey, this is Rustin, a.k.a. Quasi-Mojo, with Mojo Radio and Metalholic magazine, and on the air with me is Maria Brink of In This Moment. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing good.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys have already done the first couple of shows so far. You started on Saturday, I believe?
Yes, we did.
And how did Mayhem Festival kick off this year?
It's just some of the sickest shows we've ever done in our lives. They're so great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, yesterday we got to headline the second stage, and it was just epic and huge and so freaking awesome.
Now, last year you guys did Van's Warped Tour, right?
Yeah.
The Mayhem seems like it would fit your guys' style and sound a little bit better than Van's.
Yeah, absolutely. Except for this year, actually, Warped Tour has like a complete metal stage. You know, it's like It Dies Today, and they got like Whitechapel and all these metal bands. They didn't really have that last year, but I still think Warped Tour is great, and I think we got actually a lot of girl fans from doing Warped Tour. I think ever since we did Warped Tour, we noticed a lot more women and girls being fans. So, you know, every tour you got to find the best, but yeah, definitely Mayhem is way more appropriate for us.
Excellent. Now, I know that I get a chance to talk with you and Chris a little bit more on Wednesday, so what I really wanted to talk to you about today is the new album, and sort of, if we've got time and we don't lose you in the mountains, actually go through and talk about the songs that are on the new album and what they all mean to you. But before we do that, I have to ask, because when we spoke last time, I know you were highly anticipating the Johnny Depp Alice in Wonderland. It's obviously come out since then. What did you think?
I really liked it. I think it was pretty freaking amazing. I thought it was going to be a little bit darker, I think. I thought it would have a little bit more of a darker spin on it, but I still liked it nonetheless, and I liked the effects, and the visual of the whole thing I thought was really cool and super great. And actually, I was inspired as well. In the end of the movie, Alice is wearing this like metal armored suit, and it actually contributed in helping to inspire me to get I have a new dress. It looks like it's made out of like a chrome silver dress, and it looks like a suit of armored kind of baby doll dress.
Right.
So it kind of did inspire me as well.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see that. Who knows if you'll be wearing it when you get to Boise or not. But so what I'd love to do today, since I know we're going to talk about all of the other stuff on Wednesday when I see you, is let's go through the tracks on the album and tell me a little bit about each one. And because I know when you guys did, when we spoke last time, you guys had done Beautiful Tragedy and The Dream, and you said what you were looking for in terms of sound on this one is somewhere in the middle, sort of a bridge between the two albums. Do you guys feel that you've achieved that with this album?
Absolutely, and I think that not even just a middle between those two, because you want to grow as well as a band. You don't want to just do an album that sounds like the old two albums combined, but it's nothing new. You know what I mean? But I think the emotion and like the formula of combining the super heavy with the super melodic is exactly what we did. And I think that this new album truly, I think, is our defining sound. I think that it's got the heaviest song we've ever written in our career on it, and it also has some of the most beautiful melodic stuff we've ever done as well. And I think that this is kind of our sound. We finally kind of found what it is type thing.
And I agree. I already wrote the review on it. It's already up on the websites and everything. I think
cool.
It's the best of the three albums. Not that there's anything wrong with the first two. I think they're phenomenal as well. But let's go through the songs real quick. The first single, Gun Show, it's got a mix of both. You've got your clean and you've got your screaming and everything. But tell me a little bit about the story behind Gun Show.
The Gun Show, like the meaning behind it type thing?
Well, just how it all came about. Was it your story for the album, for that song?
Oh, I know, but you know how there's like either the way the song was developed in writing or the meaning behind it lyrically. The way that song was written is Chris flew to New York, and we literally locked ourselves in a room in my house and blacked out the windows and lit candles and vibed it all out, and we just wrote music for a solid month. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were just our brains were fried and we were writing and we were trying to, do demos, and we just kind of came up with that idea of that song. I actually came up with a lot of the guitar ideas in that song as well, and kind of just the kind of format of it with him. So we actually just sat and wrote that song together, me and Chris. Like the whole no, 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 no. I literally sung that to him and said, "Can you play this on guitar?" So you never know how songs are really going to be created between us. But that song is kind of about the whole. Actually, there's a theme throughout the whole entire album. It's kind of this post-apocalyptic wasteland world where everything's kind of died away, and it's kind of like the old world starting all over again, and the lingering people are searching for new beginnings and searching for new lives. And it's really just a lot of my personal experiences that I've been through that I'm telling through this kind of metaphorical wasteland story type thing. And that song, in the metaphor, it's kind of a showdown, like an old Western outlaw showdown, two people kind of, eye to eye, getting crazy. And the meaning behind it is basically not being afraid to have your strength, your self-respect, and look people in the eye, and not being afraid to fight for whatever it is you believe in.
Right. Now, one thing I noticed on this album when I was listening to it is there is just such a strong connection between the feel of the music and everything and the actual titles of the songs. Like the title song for the album, A Star Crossed-Wasteland. I mean, when I listen just to the music and everything, the feel and the vibe, it's like that's sort of the imagery I get.
Yeah, totally. And for me, that's important for them to all kind of connect.
Now, you had said that the heaviest song you guys have done is on this album. In your mind, which song is that?
Well, I think as far as just, heavy riffs and is the gunshot, just because it's super slow. And I mean, we've done really fast, heavier songs, right, but this song is just so slow and kind of dirty and kind of just low bottom end kind of, it's one of the heaviest songs I think we've ever done by far.
And one of my favorite songs on the album so far, because it changes every day what I'm listening to on it, but I really love Blazin', especially.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it is, and I don't know if you guys are playing it live or not, but there's that almost cheerleader-esque bridge in there near the end where I just can't wait to see that live if you guys do that.
Yeah, we'll play that on Mayhem, so you'll be able to get to see that.
Excellent. And what's the story behind that one?
Blazin' is just a friggin', I mean, that song makes me think of partying in the middle of the desert with huge bonfires and old, awesome chopper motorcycles and chopped 48 Mercuries, and everyone's just losing their mind. But a lot of the meaning in that song, to me, makes me think of touring. I'm talking about, we just got into town and we're there and we were going to get wild tonight. And so it makes me think of pulling into a new town and playing a show and losing our minds, with the crowd and kind of just partying.
Right. And you had a beautiful, beautiful ballad on the last album, and you've done that again on this album. Oddly enough, it's the last track on the album. It's not quite where you'd expect to see it, but World in Flames. Tell me about that song.
That's definitely one of my favorite songs on the whole album, too. It's, the way I'm talking about it in the song is that I wake up in the middle of the night, and I wrote that song on piano by myself, and then the boys kind of put the layers on top of it. It's about waking up in the middle of the night and that the whole world has, ignited into flames, and I'm basically there alone. And it's basically about, I think, being afraid of basically dying alone. And I don't think anybody wants to die alone, you know what I mean? So it's about trying to realize and appreciate what the people we have in our lives. And also I was brokenhearted when I wrote it, so I was kind of missing, the love of my life. But now when I look at it, because in the song it kind of sounds as if I'm calling that person to me, that person who would basically walk through flames for me and do anything just to be by my side and wouldn't even be afraid to die with me. But I want to have that person in my life, and I don't right now. So I think I'm kind of calling them into my life type thing.
And it is such a beautiful song. So why don't we listen let's listen to The Gun Show right now, and we'll follow that up with World in Flames, and we'll be back with Maria Brink in just a moment.